Part one is to get your mise en place together. That's going to be 2 eggs, and you're just going to put them in a measuring cup. That's my favorite thing, but you could do a bowl. To this, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of water or milk. We'll probably have water, so use that. A good pinch of salt, 3-finger pinch of salt, and then a crack of pepper. The important thing here is to make sure that you get all your egg whites and egg yolks scrambled up really well. You want to break up all those membranes. I am using a fork. You could use a spork, but this really works best. Note that you're kind of creating a vortex when you scramble it. You want to really get in there really tight and make sure you break up the egg white membrane. You want to make sure your pan gets good and hot before you even start to add the butter. So what I'm going to suggest is you can use either burner. If you're using the larger of the 2 burners, you may want to turn it down a little bit. If you're using the smaller of the 2 burners, crank it up all the way and get your pan fully heated for a good 45 seconds. If you try to add eggs to a cold pan, they're going to stick like crazy, even if you're using a perfectly good nonstick pan. So after about 45 seconds or so, and your pan has already begun to heat, you can add your butter. Your butter should melt immediately. If it isn't melting immediately, it means your pan is a little too cold. You can lift it up and swirl it, but just be aware every time you lift your pan off the heat, you're cooling your pan down. So kind of keep it close to the flame and swirl it. It will melt on its own. You know your butter's at the right temperature when the bubbles kind of subside a bit, so just wait for it. You want to make sure the butter is fully melted, and you're going to start smelling the smell of butter. That's your key to add your eggs. So add all your eggs at one time, and after you add them, you're going to wait 3 seconds. So one, 2, 3, now scramble. And when you scramble, you want to make these tight little circles with your rubber scraper, making sure that you get the entirety of the pan, not just the center, not just the sides, the whole pan. Tight, tight, tight. We'll make a small curd. Then you're going to take it and tip it 45-degree angle towards the front of the pan and roll it up like a carpet. When you get to the end, you're going to take the front of the omelet and flip that over. It's going to be kind of like a business letter. So you have 2 folds in it. Once you're done, that only takes about 30 seconds or so. Once you're done, you can get your plate, change the angle of your hand so you're kind of comfortable with it. You're going to take your omelet, place it on the plate, and allow it to sit there for a second, and then turn it over so that the top of the omelet is not the seam side, but the seam side is down. And that is your 2-egg classic omelet. It should be cooked on the inside, so it's not liquidy at all, but also creamy.